Hello dear friends, today in our notebook mathematics section, we will take chapter 1 number system of class 9th as per our NCERT syllabus. So if I talk about the number system chapter, this chapter will completely deal with the new type of numbers that are rational and irrational numbers. So coming to this, we will begin our introduction section from the natural numbers. So what are natural numbers? So natural numbers are also called as counting numbers. Counting numbers means the numbers which help us in counting. For example, if I say that how many pens are there in your compass, you will say in my compass box there are this much pens or this many pens, 1 2 3, whatever is there in your compass box. So these numbers in mathematics are denoted by a set of natural numbers, and they are denoted by n, and they start from 1 to all the positive numbers like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and so. Now if I talk about whole numbers, they are denoted by W, and they start from 0, and except 0 all other natural numbers are whole numbers. So 0 1 2 3 4 5 and so on. Integers are those numbers which contain all the whole numbers as well as negative numbers. So integers are denoted by Z, and they contain negative numbers, 0 and positive numbers. On the negative side also they are countless, on the positive side also they are countless. Now our main topic is rational number. Now coming to rational numbers, the collection of rational numbers is denoted by, so rational numbers are denoted by Q, right? And rational comes from the word ratio and Q comes from the word quotient. So the definition of rational number is a number R is called a rational number A number R is called a rational number if it can be written in the form P by Q, where P and Q are integers and Q is not equal to 0. It means any number I am saying which can be written in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are integers and Q value should not be equal to 0. Such type of numbers are called rational number. Now we will take this rational number topic in detail. So coming to our topic, rational number. Rational number is a number which can be represented in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are integers and Q is not equal to 0. Now if you look at the examples, all the integers, all the whole numbers, all the natural numbers fall under the category of rational numbers. Now consider example 4. 4 is a integer 4 is also a whole number, 4 is also a natural number. So I can write 4 as 4 upon 1, because if 1 divided by 4 will give answer 4 only. So 4 by 1 is equivalent to 4 only. So here 4 by 1 represent a number in the form of p by q. 4 and 1 both are integers, and q value should not be equal to 0. That is, this value, that is the denominator part, should not be equal to 0. So here it is 1. So we can say 4 is a rational number. Similarly, there are types of rational number. Now consider an example where I will give you this 4 set of numbers. So I can see here numerator is positive, denominator is positive. So the rational number as a whole will be positive. Here numerator is negative, denominator is positive. So on division I will get plus minus minus, that is negative rational number. Here numerator is negative, denominator is negative. So minus minus plus, so I will get a positive rational number. And here as I can see, again numerator is positive and denominator is negative, so my rational number will be negative. So in fact I can say if any one of numerator or denominator is negative, see here numerator is negative and in this case denominator is negative. If any one of the numerator or denominator is negative, then the rational number is negative. And if both are positive or both are negative, then the rational number is a positive rational number. Clear? So our next topic is representation of numbers through a Venn diagram. Actually this is a new concept, Venn diagram. Actually we have not read sets and all, but I will try to explain you. Suppose this box represents all the numbers present in the universe U. So if I consider n as a set of natural numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, as I told you, is a set of natural numbers, and I keep it here in the center. So n is a set which correspond to natural numbers. Now if I say W is a set of whole numbers, so 1 to all the numbers, these are all natural numbers, and other than this only 0 is left. So all natural numbers are whole number except 0. So all the set of natural numbers fall under the category of whole number. So all natural numbers are contained within whole number. Now if I say Z, which is set of integers which contain all whole numbers, see 0 onwards all the numbers are there in the set of integers. That means all whole numbers are within the integers. So we are left with only negative numbers. So Z is a set which contain all the whole numbers and negative numbers. Now if I talk about Q is a set of rational number and it contains all integers, whole number, natural number, as we have seen in the previous example. So Q is a set of rational number which contain all integers, whole number and natural number, as well as the numbers like fractions and decimals. Which type of decimal? Terminating decimal or terminating repeating decimal. This we will see in the later exercise. So this Q is a representation of set of rational numbers which contain Q here, rational number which contain all the integers, that means all the whole numbers and all the natural numbers, and other than this they will contain other set of numbers such as fractions or negative fractions like negative rational number and all. Okay. And other than this, the numbers which cannot be represented in the form of rational number are irrational numbers, which cannot be represented in the form of rational number. That means we cannot represent them in the form of p by q, where p and q both are integers and q is not equal to 0. Such type of numbers are called irrational number, and they are separate numbers which are not under any category of rational number. And a set of numbers which contain rational number as well as irrational numbers are together called as a set of real numbers. That means this rational number as well as irrational numbers are together called as R, that is a set of real numbers. This is the question, example 1, which is given in our NCERT textbook. State true or false and give reason for your answer. Every whole number is a natural number. So as we have seen already in our previous explanation, that whole number are set of number which contains 0 and all the numbers which are already there in the natural number. It means all natural number are already present in the whole number other than 0. So every whole number is a natural number. This statement is clearly false because 0 is a whole number but it is not a natural number. Now every integer is a rational number. So I have explained you, taking any integer we can keep the denominator as 1 and we can show that every integer is a rational number. So this statement is true because every integer say any integer p can be expressed as p by 1, so it is a rational number. Now every rational number is an integer. So coming to this question, it is false because as I told, rational number also contain fraction. So because 3 by 5 is a fraction and it is not a integer. So 3 by 5 is not an integer. This solution is given in NCERT textbook. You can write any fraction here and that will be not an integer. Okay. So any fraction in the sense the denominator should not completely divide this. That means the factor of these two numbers should not be same and denominator of this fraction should not be equal to 1. Okay. So here our question ends. This is our next example as given in the NCERT textbook. Find 5 rational number between 1 and 2. For considering this example, I am explaining you the first method in which I will tell you to find out 3 numbers between 2 and 6. You will immediately say, sir, 3 is between 2 and 6, 4 is there and 5 is there, right? So like this only, we can also find the rational number between any two numbers by finding out the average of two numbers, any two numbers, and we will proceed the same method here also. So to find out rational number between 1 and 2, we will keep adding these two numbers and dividing by 2. So I will mention here in the number line 1 and 2. First 1 plus 2 divided by 2, you will get 3 by 2. Clear? So this is one rational number between 1 and 2. It is exactly between 1 and 2. So it lies here, 3 by 2. So our next rational number we have to find, then we will select these two numbers and whatever answer will come, it will lie exactly between these two numbers. So taking number 1 and adding 3 by 2 and dividing the number by 2. So we will take LCM. Here the LCM is 2. So here 2 plus 3 divided by 2, that is 5 by 2 divided by 2. 5 by 2 multiply, what will come? 1 upon 2, that is 5 by 4. So this number falls in between these two. Similarly, we can consider these two numbers and we'll find out the next number. So taking these two numbers, we will find a number which lies between these two, that is 3 by 2 plus this number, that is 2 divided by 2. Again we have to take LCM here. So LCM is 2 and 3 plus 2 to the 4 divided by 2. How am I doing this? So we will look here. If suppose I have to find the addition of these two numbers, I will go cross multiplication, that is 2 ones are 2, 3 ones are 2 ones are 2, 3 ones are 3, and divide by 2 ones are 2, that is like this. 1 2s are 2, 3 ones are 3, 2 ones are 2. So I will get 2 plus 3, 5 by 2. Here I will see 5 by 2. Clear? So in this way, here I am getting number 7 by 2 and in denominator the number is 2. So 7 by 2 multiply by this number can be written as 2 by 1 and reciprocal of this number. This is the method of multiplication. So I will get 7 ones is 7 upon 4. Clear? So this number lies over here. In the same way, now I can find a number between these two numbers, a number between these two numbers, and I can find out 5 rational number. Clear? This is my first method. Now we will come to our second method of finding rational number between the given two numbers. So same example I will again take. We are provided with the numbers 1 and 2 and we have to find out 5 rational number between these two numbers. So we used to represent numbers in decimal form, as we know. So we can plot here numbers in the form of decimal. So taking magnified image of this numbers, we can write it as 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, 1.8, 1.9. These are the numbers that lie between 1 and 2. Clear? So taking any 5 numbers and we have to represent them in the form of rational number. So I will take 1.1 and I can write it as 11 by 10 in the form of a rational number. Because how to write this? See, we will remove this decimal expansion and put 1 over here, and after the decimal, how many numbers are there? That many we will keep 0. Right? After decimal, the number of digits that are present, we will keep that many zeros over here. So next number if I will take, it is 1.2. So I can write 12 by 10. Similarly 1.3, 13 by 10, 1.4, 14 by 10. Clear? 1.5 and write 15 by 10. And if it is, if it can be reduced to lowest form, then we can apply that also. So here I can see this can be written as 6 by 5. This can be written as 7 by 5. This can be written as 3 by 2. So the numbers between 1 and 2, the rational number between 1 and 2 are 11 by 10, right? 6 by 5, 13 by 10, 7 by 5 and 3 by 2. All these numbers are rational number which fall between 1 and 2. These numbers are greater than 1 and less than 2. See our third method of finding rational number between the given two rational number. Again we will consider the same example of 1 and 2 and we will try to find out 5 rational number between these two numbers. First we have to represent this 1 in the form of rational number. So I wrote this 1 by 1. As I told you, if in denominator no number is there, we can keep 1 because the result will not change. Similarly for this number also I can write it as 2 by 1. Now we have to bring the denominator to such a level that we can write 5 numbers between this. So here, if I will multiply both numerator and denominator by 6, I will get 6 ones are 6, here also 6 ones are 6. In the same way, if I multiply this, I will get 6 twos are 12, 6 ones are 6. Now both denominator are same, that means my this 1 will change to 6 by 6, because if I will cut 6 ones are 6, and this 2 will change to 12 by 6. Now I have to write 5 rational number between this. So I can simply write 7 by 6, 8 by 6, 9 by 6, 10 by 6 and 11 by 6, and you can reduce it to lowest form. That means I can write it as 6 by 6, 12 by 6, this number is 1, this number is 2, 6 1 is 6, 6 2 is 12, and in between I can write 7 by 6 is one number, 8 by 6 that can be 4 by 3, right? 9 by 6 that is 3 by 2, clear, right? And 10 by 6 that is 5 by 3, and last one is 11 by 6. So these are my numbers in reduced form. Between 1 and 2 the numbers are 7 by 6, 4 by 3, 3 by 2, 5 by 3 and 11 by 6. So this is also easy method through which we can find out rational number between any two given numbers. To the worksheet section, as we have completed the procedure of finding rational numbers between any two numbers. Now 3 questions are there. First question is find 6 rational number between 3 and 4. Our second question is find 5 rational number between 3 by 5 and 4 by 5. And question number 3, find 3 rational numbers between 1, 1 upon 8 and 2, 1 upon 9. This is a mixed fraction. You have to convert it into a improper fraction and then find out the solution. Clear? So these 2 questions are from our NCERT textbook, and this question is an additional question. So if you have any queries, we will discuss the solution of this question on Sunday. Have a good day.